Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. Earlier this week, I posted a video that the battle for Windows 10 is continuing because Consumer Reports has officially sent a letter to Microsoft's CEO urging the company to reverse its decision to end free security updates for Windows 10, which is taking place very shortly next month on the 14th of October 2025, which is the second Tuesday, so that will be Patch Tuesday. I'll leave the video linked if you'd like some more information. Now, obviously with the end of support, and as I see in the comments and also in reports doing the rounds online, a big topic of discussion regarding the up-and-coming end of support for Windows 10 hardware that cannot be upgraded to Windows 11 because of the strict Windows 11 hardware requirements. One of the options is for users who say they are going to move over to Linux or switch into Linux, as it's also known. And that would be Linux Mint, Zorin OS, Pop OS, Linux Lite, just to mention a couple of examples. There's a lot more, but those I think would be more in line with a Windows experience. So because of this, it does seem that Linux could be acquiring a couple of new users moving from Windows 10 to Linux because of their older hardware that cannot be supported, and I totally understand that, because why throw away a good PC if it's running perfectly fine? Because obviously Microsoft, as I've been posting about, and I'll leave a end of Windows 10 playlist in the end screen of this video if you'd like some more info. First prize for Microsoft would be for you to go out and purchase a new Windows 11 PC. And that looks like exactly what is happening. And it does seem, though, the closer we get to the end of support of Windows 10, which is really in just a couple of days' time, that users' hardware that cannot be updated to Windows 11 are not actually sticking with Windows 10 and are not switching to Linux. Because according to this report, which is a JPR report, it says that PC gaming hardware market skyrockets due to Windows 11 migration. And if we scroll down in the article, which by the way, guys, will be linked in the description, if we have a look at this graph quickly before we have a look at what JPR has got to say, we can see they say the PC gaming hardware market, which includes desktop and notebook PCs, ARBs, and peripherals. This is what it was in 2024 in regards to the amount spent on hardware and so on. This is what it jumped to in 2025, and this is the forecast for 26, 27, and 2028. So that's quite a significant jump. Now, if we have a look at what they've got to say, it said here, never before in the history of the Microsoft Windows operating system has there been a forced hardware migration requirement. And this cannot be solved by swapping out a graphics card. It requires a CPU upgrade for over 100 million gamers, which in turn requires a motherboard upgrade and most likely RAM as well. And this is all according to Ted Pollack, JPR Senior Analyst of BrenTech. Carries on to say, we are observing that most PC gamers are simply buying new pre-built systems. The DIY gamers are also prepared for this transition, and many have been building new computers alongside their existing Windows 10 PCs, instead of trying to Frankenstein their current systems, which basically means at the end of the day, this allows them to continue using their PC until their Windows 11 builds are complete. So that's the reason why, according to this report by JPR, as mentioned, it will be linked in the description. And a big reason that a lot of users don't migrate or switch to Linux is because of the gaming factor. Now, I know that's debatable, and Linux is getting better at gaming. That's not the point of this video. So it seems that your avid gamers, according to this report, over 100 million gamers, are buying new pre-built systems because of all the hardware requirements, which is exactly what Microsoft intended, which is exactly what Microsoft wanted at the end of the day, to go out and buy a new Windows 11 PC. So I thought this was very interesting. So although there has been a so-called uptick in the Linux market share moving towards the end of support of Windows 10, which is understandable, according to the report, it still seems that your avid so-called diehard gamers are sticking with Windows 11 instead of migrating over or switching to Linux. And then another question that must be asked is what's happening to the old Windows 10 PC if users are buying new Windows 11 PCs or having a system pre-built. Interesting stuff. So do you agree with this? Do you agree with JPR? PC gaming hardware market skyrockets due to Windows 11 migration? Meaning that it does seem, according to this report, that Linux is not as a popular option as it's made out to be. Let me know your thoughts down below. Always interested to hear. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.